Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 the rest of your elect. Shalom. This lesson is based off of a article that I have pulled up. This female rapper, this morbidly obese female rapper that's wanting to sue Lyft because a driver didn't want to destroy his car. Just roughly paraphrasing, but this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. So folly is set in great dignity. Let's look this up real quick. Folly, H5529, Sakal says silliness, concretely, dolts, folly. You know what? I'm just going to look this up. Foolishness. Let's see here from the Wiktionary.org. That's not really foolishness that results from a lack of foresight or lack of practicality. Thoughtless action resulting in tragic consequences. But that first one, that's foolishness that results from a lack of foresight or lack of practicality. So this is what's set high here in Babylon the Great. There's no foresight. There is no practicality. When you see things like this, is like you ain't had the foresight to think that, cars can only handle, especially smaller model cars, they can only handle so much weight. It's not like or that certain vehicles, certain things can only handle so much weight. But that's Babylon. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6 again. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Now there's another scripture in Jeremiah. It says, my people are foolish. They have not known me. Our people are very foolish. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the people that haven't woken up. And even amongst the people that have woken up to the truth, but primarily speaking, Jake overall is a foolish people. So let's see here. Great dignity, H4791, Marawam. It says altitude, height, proud, and the nigga woman, Big Shirley, she is very proud. This the foolishness that the nigga woman, does is set up very high. She's expected to be foolish. She's expected to do stupid shit, and that's what's pushed out there for our people. Just keep doing stupid shit. Here, this is the lady here. I'm going to show the pictures, and I'm just going to go to the article. So you see this lady here, ridiculous. There's some nigga, she look kind of good. They low self-esteem nigga. But this is ridiculous, I won't even, come on, dog. The stuff that's pushed today, this is ridiculous. And this is how do you say, like, this is the kind of foolishness that's pushed. I'm gonna get off this picture, but the kind of the foolishness that's pushed where anything tells you, anything anybody tells you, like, hey, you shouldn't be wearing that, like, you shouldn't be wearing that, you shouldn't be dressing like that, you need to stop eating so much, lose some weight, whatever, lose a lot of weight. But you can't say nothing to nobody in this society. you know, correcting people, rebuking people. That's frowned upon in this society. What's smiled upon in this society is just let people do whatever they want to do, even if it's detrimental to their health, to their mental, to their mind, to their physical. Detrimental to the long run, and this is what's pushed here. So anyway, this is an article from NBCNews.com. This is a Detroit rapper Dank DeMoss sues Lyft, alleges she was denied a ride over her weight. And you just seen the picture. Like, and we'll go through the article, but the article doesn't say what kind of car the Lyft driver was driving. He could have been driving a smart car, a little sedan, but hey, it don't matter. You know, you're in the this guy's in the business of taxiing people places, not moving cows, not moving cattle, fucking wildebeest and shit. But anyway, this article is from January 29th, 2025. Detroit rapper Dank DeMoss is suing rideshare company Lyft, alleging she wasn't allowed to enter a car she ordered because of her weight. And then, goes into her name. The guy saying, "I'm sorry, I have no space. My car is small." The driver says in the clip. Now, this is also recorded because this Big Shirley recorded this shit. It says, "I can fit in this car." Now, this Big Shirley, not having the foresight. You already see what she's wearing. She thinks she can fit into anything. "I can fit in this car," DeMoss 29 replies. "Believe me, you can't. So I'm sorry. I'm going to cancel the ride. You're not going to be charged," the driver replies. "So you're telling me I can't get into Lyft because I can't fit in your car?" "Yes, nigga." "So you are really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I've got to order another Lyft," DeMoss says. The driver responds, "Yeah, you need to order a bigger car." He goes on to say an issue with his tires is the reason she can't ride in his car. And tires, suspension, all that kind of stuff. What are you paying? $20? Any shit happens. Hey, suspension, tires, all that stuff. That's hundreds of dollars. Hundreds, thousands. And you putting this dude out of business. You. It's like. Anyway. Anyway, the suit was filed in Wade County Circuit Court in Michigan against the Lyft and the driver, identified as John Doe, for violating Michigan's Elliott Larson Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discriminatory practices based on religion, race, color, age, sex, height, weight, and familial status. So, you see these things are already been set up. It's just it's just ridiculous though. At a certain point, it's like, come on now. Logic is you too big. He explained when the driver arrived in a Mercedes-Benz sedan. I mean, come on now. Okay, I didn't think that the article said the car, but it does. But it doesn't say which one because those cars range in size. So when the driver arrived in a Mercedes-Benz sedan, and already know if you got a Mercedes, which if you've even worked on them, they're very tedious to work on. They're expensive. They're ridiculous. To get any parts for the car, it's expensive. Anything happens on the car, it's expensive. It's tedious to work on. It's a problem. So with the Mercedes, you don't want no kind of problems with that cheap POS luxury car. So when the driver arrived in a Mercedes-Benz sedan and tried to get in, she tried to get in, and the driver locked the doors to his vehicle and tried to drive away, the suit alleges. Yeah, I would too. He explained that DeMoss was too big to fit in the back seat and that his tires were not capable of supporting plaintiffs wait, the complaint says. And so she's upset she wasn't able to attend a party, all that kind of bullshit. Like, you don't need to be. Anyway, he drove off. The mosque was unable to attend her cousin's party, it says. As a result, she suffered stress, humiliation, mental anguish, emotional damage, the complaint says. So you're so hurt, but, you're so. Anyway, this is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16 says, moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai saith, and these are curses that would come upon the women of Israel. This moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem, and particularly Judah. So moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and that's to be proud. Let's see here. H1361 Gaba says to soar, to be lofty, figuratively to be haughty. So to be high, lofty, they're so high up, they're proud. Let's look up this word real quick. Oh, I'll just go with a quick Google definition. It says haughty means having or showing an arrogant, insulting attitude of superiority. A haughty person acts like they are better than others and may look down on them. And that's the nigga woman all day. She's looking down on you. She thinks you're better than you. Meanwhile, this bitch is, what, I don't know how many pounds. Pushing 600. It's ridiculous. But that's the nigga woman. So even, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's bringing the nigga woman down. And this is Isaiah 3 and verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, making a tinkling with their feet. So they're walking with their neck out, high up, looking down at you. The faces that the nigga woman makes. And they got wanton eyes. They got lusty eyes to ogle, blink coquettishly. Let's look up that too. And to coquettishly means to behave in a flirtatious way, often in a teasing or lighthearted manner. So they you see the nigga woman always, how it's in her eyes. How she blinks at you, all this kind of stuff, always trying to flirt, always thinking somebody's flirting with her, and then at the same time being proud, thinking everybody wants her, that kind of thing. Verse 17, therefore Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to smite the crown of the head. You got like Jada Pinkett Smith, with the alopecia. You have a lot of women of the tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes, that have that baldness. They can't grow any hair, so they're constantly buying wigs and weave. So therefore, Yahweh the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will discover their secret parts. And I'm going to jump down to verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. So they'll have body odor. A lot of the women, the Negro women especially, they have terrible body odor. It don't matter if they don't know how to take care of themselves or whatever. It don't even matter if they take a bath, shower, whatever. They still got the BO. And instead of a girdle, a rent. So before they had a girdle, they would take care of themselves. They would be in shapely, have a figure. And now a rent, they all out, like the picture earlier, like that, like a what, a busted biscuit can, no shape whatsoever, and still thinking they look good. And instead of well set hair, baldness. So again, showing that again, they're gonna be bald. The majority of Jake women, the Negroes, they wearing weave. They're wearing somebody else's hair, whether it be an actual person or an animal, or plastic. Because a lot of things are made out of plastic. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. So they're burning. They're hard to look at. That lady right there, if you can even call that a lady, that's hard to look at. But this is the curses that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai put on his people. No, I'm not gonna use that one. That's for a different topic. But this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he said, if you don't follow the commandments that I gave to you, all these curses are going to come upon you. And they did. And we're in these bodies. It is impossible to keep these commandments, no matter how hard you try. Or you're going to break them some way. You break one, you break them all. And without Yahushai, without the blood of Yahushai, him being a sacrifice for our nation, the Israelites, we would have no way back. We would be perpetually under these curses. But when Yahushua returns, and we're gonna, starting with the elect, receive new bodies, and the laws, statutes, and commandments be put within us, and we can no longer break these commandments. And then, with no longer being able to break the commandments, the curses will no longer apply to us. So, again, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And you can read on down, all the way down to 68. And then even within this text, it says that there's other curses that aren't written specifically here, like what I read in Isaiah. There's other curses. All kinds of ailments that our people are under. So just because a specific curse, might not be written, doesn't mean that it's still not a curse from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 20, because she said in the article, it was humiliating, this and that, it was embarrassing, blah blah blah. Well, guess what? Part of the curses was you would be humiliated, you would be rebuked, you would be a byword, a proverb, like a gazing stock to these people, to the other nations. And she is. Look at her. She's a dang. Anyway, let me read this. It's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. So this is all a curse from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You being morbidly obese, the driver not want to pick you up, you having them stupid tattoos on you, even just everything. So let's see here. Let's see, vexation. H4103, Maha Wama, confusion, uproar, discomfiture, trouble, it's like tumult, confusion, disquietude. Let's see here, rebuke. It's kind of annoying when they use the same word, expressing sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their behavior or actions. So that really hurt her. That was a sharp disapproval. The guy locked his doors. He tried to drive away, supposedly. And he didn't want to pick her up. He didn't want to mess with his car because he's like, "You're too fat. Look how fat you are, fatty." The man disapproved of you. Disapproved of your actions. You not knowing when to stop eating. You not knowing when to get some exercise. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21. And I'm just going to get straight to the point because it's dealing with being a glutton. And that's kind of the word I wanted to go into. Deuteronomy 21 and 20, just straight to the point. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. And then the nigga woman, Big Shirley, is that stubborn and rebellious. You can't tell them nothing. And anything they do, anything you tell them, they're going to do the opposite. You say, you can't tell me nothing. You ain't my daddy, you ain't paying my bills, you ain't do. That's them. All day. The nigga woman, nigga man, nigga, 2/3. That's them. This our son is stubborn and rebellious. Let's actually look at that word rebellious. H4784. It says to be contentious, to be rebellious, be refractory. And rebelliousness is as the sin of witchcraft. And you got to be put to death for that. Be disobedient towards, be rebellious against. Disobedient. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. So even then, this had to be, here in Babylon the Great, the parents won't even do this. They're not going to take their kids to the judges. Oh, my kid don't act right. What do I do? Anything like that. They just, that's just my baby. She big bone. She just like to eat a lot and all that kind of stuff. They're not even going to even go that far. So this is on the parents. And I was going to look at that word glutton. It doesn't really say any. Well, here H2151 is a law that says to be loose, morally worthless, a glutton, a riotous eater. So I'm going to go to the Wiktionary. This is glutton in the Wiktionary.org. And it comes from Latin glutto or gluttonus. And I'm just going to go here to the noun, one who eats voraciously, obsessively, or to excess. And I can look up all these words, so just bear with me. A person wanting or devouring food or devouring great quantities of food. And while they ain't sure eating, but you can see, hey, you don't get that big just from eating, 3 meals a day. You don't get that big from eating 2 meals a day. That's eating, huge amounts of food, ridiculous, uncontrolled, eating the kind of slop that Jake eats, fried food all the time, cheeseburgers, candy, chips, soda, all the time. Let's see here. Gourmandizer. Come on. Come on, dog. Here we go. To eat food in a gluttonous manner, just how we already went over, to excess. To gorge, to make a pig of oneself. to eat to excess, to overeat, to gorge. That's just you just swallowing food, just like picture Homer Simpson with the was it that Treehouse of Horror episode when he went to hell and they had him hooked up to the machine, just stuffing him with donuts. So again, back to Deuteronomy 21 and verse 20, and they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son, which is referring to the daughter here, our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard, and all of the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So this should be a judgment. This is what should happen. You should have been put to death because that's evil. What you're doing, overeating, being rebellious, getting that big. Hey, that's nobody should be that big. And when Israel was supposed to happen, when judgment comes out, Israel is supposed to see it and fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You're supposed to see judgment come out, and you're supposed to be like, that's not what you're supposed to do. That action that got them judged, I'm going to stay far away from that. This is also music. She's a rapper. So this is, I've seen another rapper. I can't remember his name. He's also fucking huge like that. It says, I'm going to start up a verse or two verses. Actually, no, I'm going to start up for verse 1. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So remember Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Remember Yahushai. Remember Yahweh, I should say. Yahweh, and remember Yahushai. Before Jacob's trouble is coming. By that time, when from the looks of things, it's starting up. It looks like, while they seek the Lord while he may be found. Because in the coming days, if you don't got Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai now, you most likely not. The judgment's going to be sealed. You're not going to be able to find them in those days. You're just going to be waiting to be judged. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. There's not going to be any work. The city's going to be, a man shall desire to go into a city. You're not going to be able to go and travel places. The houses are going to be empty. There's only going to be a few people left in the cities. You're going to, if you want to participate in society, you're going to need the MOTB. This place is going down the drain quick. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. There's not going to be any work. I just saw a video, Elon Musk wants to talk about not universal basic income, but another universal income where everybody's going to be paid. I need to look more into it, but basically nobody's going to be working because you're going to be having an income check coming in, but you're not, because you're getting paid, you're not going to need to work. Robots, AI is going to be doing everything, which is that's nonsense. That's BS. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So the point now being that this is the time where the music is very low. The music is trash now. I don't remember that dude's name, but he said somebody can't put down the cup. But when you see him, the dude is like struggling to breathe in the studio. You know, when he performs, he's performing sitting on the couch with an oxygen tank. You know, the music, you know, niggas just mumbling, or, you know, and that's a hit. They mumble with the auto tune. You know, music is trash. You know, everything is computerized. You know, you hear the uh same 5 songs that get on TikTok or whatever like that, and they just start playing that shit everywhere. You got that annoying stuff going on. You even got I've seen a few websites where AI can make the music. It'll produce the you know, you just type in a few words, whatever like that, what kind of song, what kind of genre, whatever the instruments, whatever, and then you type in the lyrics that you want to go in there, and it'll have a computer singing the song in a style, voice, all that stuff, playing all the instruments, everything. So this is very low. You know, this is a very low point. You know, but I'm gonna close out with this because you see that lady, that's very clearly 2/3. You know, and hey, this is a majority of our people. They're stubborn, rebellious, hard-headed, stiff-necked, and guess what? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to destroy them. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to destroy the majority of our people here in Babylon the Great. So this is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. That's the elect. 2 parts, 2/3 are going to be cut off. They're going to die, whether it be by famine, sword, pestilence, however, whatever their lot is. And I will bring the third part through the fire, because this Jacob's trouble in Revelation. It also says this is coming to try the whole world. Roughly paraphrasing, everybody's gonna be going through this trouble, but the elect, they're like fine gold. You know, every temptation, everything that they're gonna go through is gonna make them more and more pure, more and more valuable. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people. So the elect are going to call on the names Yahweh wa Yahushai. They're not going to say they don't know the names. They're not gonna call on Jesus. They're not gonna call him any other name other than Yahweh and Yahushai. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is my power. So showing that the 2/3, this type of behavior, all that's gonna be cut off. The elect, they're gonna be saved. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna hear them. But Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.